All right. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to TrendSpider Live. My name is Mike, and today we are joined with Jim from TradePulse. How's it going today, Jim?
Hey, Mike. Good.
Good,
Appreciate you
good.
having me.
Yeah, of course. Great to have you back on again. We did have you once on before. What was that? Probably like a month or two ago. But yeah,
hmm
welcome back. Great to have you on. Today we're covering the Oracle earnings. It should be an interesting one for sure with how badly beaten down this name has been. I just pulled up the weekly chart here real quick, and yeah, pretty wild chart. It's down pretty good off the top here, down 56%. So I don't know, it should be fun to watch. Maybe we'll get a bounce, or maybe we'll see a new move down to like the 2025 lows there in like the April sell off. So I don't know.
Yeah, pretty crazy dip it's been. I think I was looking at the 6 month before.
Yeah.
Um, didn't realize how significantly it's declined
Yeah.
over that period, especially compared to some of its peers within the data AI space. It's taken a pretty big hit. So
Yeah.
for any of our Oracle people out there today, maybe we get a little bit of a bounce.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, it is taking a massive hit, but at the same time, it was up pretty good off the bottom. It was up almost 200%, but it literally just gave it all back. I mean, what goes up came right back down. So all those gains essentially evaporated. Now, their last actual earnings EPS number here came in really nice at 226 per share. That was like a 50% surprise and year-over-year change. But revenue did miss analyst expectations, but still grew year-over-year. It looks like it was last quarter was their best revenue year or revenue quarter ever, just right over $16 billion. Decent revenue growth. It's going up and to the right for the most parts. But yeah, if you guys are out there in the chat, let us know if you guys are holding Oracle or what brings you guys to the stream today. Let us know where you guys are watching from. Always curious to see. Somebody asked in the chat, will it beat? I don't know. That's a good question. That's what everybody here is wondering. But maybe we can take a look at the intraday action. Of course, we're using the TradePulse indicators down here. Mainly the momentum, TradePulse indicator, momentum, and then the large deal indicator, which is honestly really cool. James or Jim, or yeah, Jim. I always
I
call
go
you
by
both.
both.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe you can kind of give a brief overview of what's going on here intraday. I mean, we got the large deal indicator. From what I remember, and what I've seen when I'm using it, it's basically just pulling out all the institutional trades over, what was it, 100,000, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, for anyone who's new here and didn't catch us last time, so TradePulse, we're an order flow analytics platform. So essentially, we provide these indicators in real time. We're tracking really all sides of the market here. So, for like you mentioned, the large deal flow indicator, that's primarily tracking, like you said, $100,000 or more type orders. So,
Yeah.
typically it's going to be your institutions, hedge funds, those type of orders. So really just all the big money that's coming in for Oracle or any other stock
Right.
that you wanted to view the indicator for. But the momentum flow indicator as well down below,
Yep.
that's catching the intraday sentiment on the retail side. So really trying to give everybody, a full sense of how the market's moving overall. So that's, again, we separated the big money, small money, and then by using both of them together, you can really tie the whole market order flow together and really see how the market's moving. And um, I would say it can be really useful from the standpoint of if you're able to see both indicators heading in a similar direction, whether it's positive or negatively,
Mhm.
that typically can lend itself to letting you know how the market may move for the stock. So again, just trying to give everybody a full sense of the market in real time, minute by minute, by providing those indicators.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, something I notice here, like all of I mean, there really hasn't been almost any, it looks like, institutional buying in Oracle over the last, I mean, several days here, a couple of days back to, I think this is Friday. So, but there has been some retail, green bars at the bottom there. So should be interesting. Maybe potentially, does that mean institutions are de-risking going into earnings here and retail's loading up? Who knows? But
Yeah,
that's what looks like
potentially.
it's saying, right?
Yeah, definitely been pretty negative on the large deal side for sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure if we stretch that out even further, we'd probably see that. Considering how the stock's been performing, and then yeah, the retail side been a little more bullish, but pretty choppy there as well.
Yeah. Now, if we scroll back a little bit, we'll see, I mean, a little bit of buying here, back in March, but really the last time they were actually interested in, from what it seems like, is back in, late February, before I had this last little run here. I don't know. It's like they were buying up on this and then kind of just been unloading ever since that. So, which is interesting because, considering how far down Oracle has dropped, honestly, but I mean, it's in a clear downtrend. I have the nine-week EMA here, broke under this pretty crucial sort of pivot level, the previous all-time high from December 2024. And it's just been riding, resistance all the way down. So to get any type of, sustained bullish move, we're going to need to break through a lot of resistance here. And hopefully for anyone holding Oracle, if you guys are out there holding Oracle, let us know. But we'll see. If you look at the daily here, it looks like a lot of buying on the momentum indicator going into, which makes sense. I mean, retail loves to buy the dip. And, this is definitely a crazy dip right now. So
Yeah, makes sense for sure.
let's see what else we got. We also had a few other things reporting. Not much today. We got AVAV reporting, though. And this one is not looking super hot. Wow. I don't think a single institution has bought this since a year ago, basically, it looks like. But yeah, I don't know. It's coming back down to, again, 2024 pivot level. And revenue growth seems pretty good on this one here. Last quarter, they did 472 million. That's 150% year-over-year growth. You can easily see that here on the platform, but EPS not looking nearly as good. So profitability-wise, got some room to go. And what else? We had Kohl's, KSS. I believe they reported this morning. We can just take a quick look at this, I suppose. Yeah, had a nice bullish move and then came right back down. Looks like institutions maybe were grabbing some there. Was this a gap at all? Not really. Yeah, it kind of opened in yesterday's range. Had a crazy wick right here on the daily chart. Kind of wild there for Kohl's. Not looking nearly as good as like was it like Ross? I think ROST. This one's been killing it. Let's see Macy's, some of these retail stocks. Yeah, XRT in general has been well, bouncing back just a little bit. CEF says he has a limit order if it spikes. Sounds good. Let's see how SPY is doing anyway. Yeah, SPY, pretty massive day yesterday. But yeah, today came down a little bit. Let's see. Day started, yeah, right around here. So we'll see. Overall market has been pretty choppy. Had a nice bounce yesterday, but we'll see if that lasts. It doesn't seem to be holding incredibly well for the moment. QQQ.
Yeah, looks like it took a little bit of a dip, I think, right before we came on.
Yeah, for sure. It's been very news driven lately. With the war news, we got oil going crazy. Oil has been absolutely tanking. It looks like it bounced up a little bit today. Wow. Yeah, crazy insanity going on in the oil markets due to, the war and all the stuff going on there. I mean, wow, this is insane. It was up 56%.
Yeah, imagine unfortunately, we'll kind of keep seeing this volatility for as long as there's that uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
And I know the oil, I know we were probably going to touch on that. So, those have been all over the place. And
Yeah.
I mean, last week had a pretty, in terms of stocks, had a pretty good week. This week, maybe not as much. I know oil's been coming down a little bit the last
Yeah.
couple days.
Yeah. A couple days it has been coming down. And I mean, it went up and came right back down almost instantly. I mean, it's just really super news driven. You got XLE here on the daily chart that I have pulled up right now. Is starting to want to break this 9-day EMA. Has been riding it up for quite a while now. Ever since it broke out. If I go back to the monthly here, you can see it broke out of this base. In like January of this year. Which of course is this part right here breaking up, and it's just been riding along. But it's tested below this 9 EMA a couple of times, and it is doing so again. So who knows? Maybe this was or is the top in oil. Would be good. We got inflation numbers coming out, I believe this week as well. So that will be definitely interesting to keep an eye on. But yeah, what else we got? Oracle, let's see how it's looking going into close here. We do only have 4 minutes until the market closes. So should be fun to go ahead and watch what happens. Let's see what time they're actually dropping their numbers specifically here. Oracle is coming out, should be 5 minutes after the bell. So we should get numbers out pretty soon. We got the momentum indicator, getting a lot of decent retail buying. By the way, if you guys wanted to check out these TradePulse indicators, the link is down below in the description. So be sure to check them out. They are on the TrendSpider store, and you can check them out. I'll drop the link in the chat. Just dropped it down there as well. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and like the video if you guys are enjoying it so far and you guys are ready to see what happens with Oracle. Let me actually go ahead and start a poll for all of you guys in Oracle, especially you guys in Oracle. I got a question. Does Oracle have a double beat on earnings? I'm going to start a poll. Question is simple. Does Oracle have a beat on revenue and EPS? If you think it does, vote yes. If not, vote no. And we'll see what happens going into close right in just a few minutes. Anything else notable that you've been seeing on the market today, Jim, or just in general?
Yeah, I mean, really I think we kind of touched on it a little bit last time. I'm pretty big into the tech sector, so I'm really always following a company like Oracle.
Nice.
All the big competitors of them, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, a lot of those types. Like we said, they haven't had the same. I know tech, had a huge boom last year. I think no matter what you're in, you probably did pretty well.
Right.
It's been a little less so this year, but I know Oracle's got some interesting things going on. They made a lot of deals in the last 6 months. They have a big one with OpenAI. So there's a lot of potential there, both ways.
Yeah.
And as somebody in the chat said, they're announcing some big deals today. Wonder if that's
yeah, who knows? We'll see
what comes there. Yeah. But yeah, no, they've been very active, and I know they're really trying to scale up their data center. So I know a lot of people are kind of weary of the AI boom, like the tech bubble, so to speak. But the competition there seems to just be increasing. So I think that might be playing into some of the fears of Oracle recently, because obviously it's a pretty competitive space right now with some big players.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. Hopefully we get a double beat for some of our Oracle people out there.
Yeah, let's see what the chat is saying. The chat, it's actually split pretty evenly. If you guys haven't voted yet, make sure you go ahead and cast your vote. Does Oracle have a double beat on earnings? Even if it does, it doesn't guarantee the stock is going up by any means. We've seen the opposite happen multiple times, but it seems like 65% of people, 67 now, are thinking it's going to have a double beat, which would be very cool. And another thing I just noticed here is Oracle, just like Microsoft and some other, kind of sold off tech names, is trading right at the 200-week simple moving average. You can see it's my orange line right here on my chart. If you guys are on TrendSpider, any platform really, you can just, type simple moving average and add it, set the length to 200, and then go into your weekly chart. Even the daily, it's probably under its 200-day moving average. Yeah, quite a bit below its 200-day, but 200 week is pretty significant. I believe it was it Benjamin Graham that said if all you ever did was buy stocks, quality stocks on the 200-week moving average, you do pretty well. And I mean, it's such a long-term moving average. Like, this thing is almost never below it. Like, if you basically just done that, you've done pretty damn good for yourself. So, and it's trading right back at that level again. So is Microsoft. So it would be a pretty convenient spot for it to bounce. Breaking below such a crucial moving average like that wouldn't be the greatest for the trend, but we've seen it do it before. So, some of these other names like SoFi is still way above it, which is interesting. Let's look at something, I don't know, more volatile. Like, yeah, Robinhood barely even has a 200-week moving average. Let's see how like Apple is looking. Yeah, I see Apple bounced off its right here back in, March/April of 2025 and perfectly at 2019 low. It's just a very long-term line that's always interesting to see, because you don't see these touches on this moving average very often. And Oracle, we're sitting right at it. And yeah, if you want to be alerted of stocks that are near it, you can just, right click on the line on a chart and, set an alert here on TrendSpider, or even scan for it. You can use like the AI market scanner, find stocks near the 200-week SMA, type that in there, and can use the market scanner to find. Let's see, actually, there might be some interesting stuff pulled up in here. It's like, yeah, we got Pepsi, PG, ABT, Disney as well. Disney's sitting right at it, kind of breaking below it. CVS, it's an interesting one. This is just the S&P 100. Let's see what else we got. But yeah, market did close, actually. I've been rambling here. Let's go back to the 5-minute chart. As the number should be out in just a few minutes. Let's see how the price action is looking. Let's put on the 1-minute chart for fun here. And let's see what the poll is looking like. 70% of you guys have said they're going to have a double beat. So hopefully that is correct. Go ahead and end that poll. And I'll also get our news widget into a new column so we can see the numbers as they pop out. Yeah, if you guys are just joining in, welcome. And I know a lot of people are joining in as the numbers are expected to come out. We're just waiting for Oracle to drop their numbers. Joined here with Jim from TradePulse. So if you guys wanted to check out their indicators, again, link is down below. But yeah, if you guys are excited, make sure to like the video and subscribe as, we watch these Oracle numbers drop in real time with these TradePulse indicators. I mean, so far, this large deal indicator is completely red. So we'll see what, but, retail seems a lot more happy to get in right now with all the green on the momentum indicator.
Yeah, for sure. And just a little more background for your audience here. We actually do sell our data as well. So like Mike mentioned, we provide the indicators through TrendSpider on the store. You can see we have the large deal and momentum indicators pulled up right now. We do have a third if you ever wanted to check that one out as well.
Yeah.
And just as a company ourselves, and we actually sell our data to institutions as well. So really, what we're trying to do is kind of level the playing field, right?
Nice.
Trying to give real-time information to retail traders such as ourselves, and really try to balance out the information that's out there, because a lot of times, big institutions are trading on information that a lot of us don't have, right? So, by being able to provide these indicators, we feel like we're able to provide a real-time edge by providing that info minute by minute in real time.
No, it's incredible. I absolutely love that. Institutional data for retail traders, always great. As we get a giant candle here on Oracle. Wow.
Ooh.
So the numbers definitely seem to be out. We'll see them once they pop up. Let me put on this after hours change indicator. This is the 1 minute chart. We're up 3%, but that just flew off my chart. Looks like a hell of a lot more. But let's see. Let's refresh our news widget. And let's see what the numbers are looking like. Do not see them quite yet, but the chart's looking pretty happy about it so far. If you guys are out there in the chat, let us know if you guys are seeing anything crazy going on regarding the numbers. We will have the data on our end in just a few moments here. We do have, that same data Jim was talking about right here. They're using these two lower panel indicators. The top one here with all the red is the institutional volume. The bottom one is more so it's the momentum one, which is more the retail volume. But currently we are flying higher, and Oracle is bouncing. It's up 4%. So, congrats if you bought the dip. They're at the 200-week moving average that we were looking at just a second ago. Let us know if you guys are holding, shares of Oracle, if you bought calls, sold puts, whatever it is. Hopefully you didn't short it for now, though.
I think we have a double. Yeah, I was gonna say I think we have a double beat just from what I'm looking up here.
Refresh this page right here. On the TrendSpider platform, which we're using right now, we do have a lot of premium news feeds built in, including usually it's the Benzinga Premium News Desk feed, whatever it's called, the Benzinga News feed, paid one that usually shows the earnings pretty quickly, which we should get here in a moment. You're seeing a double beat, though. It looks like I am too, actually. I believe, or go ahead.
It looks like the expected revenue was 16.9 billion. Looks like came in about 17.2.
Yep. I'm seeing.
Is that what you're seeing?
Yep. 17.19 is what I'm seeing versus 16.9. So a beat on revenue. And I'm seeing a 1.79 EPS beating 1.55. Another cool thing you guys can do here, we can just put it. So revenue, 17.19 billion beats 16.9 billion. EPS for Oracle here came in again at 1.79, beating 1.55 estimate. So there's the numbers for Oracle right there on my screen. It's just a little text annotation. And with that, we are seeing a 7% increase in Oracle stock right now. Very, very nice. Somebody said they had 100 shares. My limit did take. Had it at 152.05. CEF, you're saying you sold into this pop? Pretty nice, pretty nice if you did. If you had at 152, that's pretty much probably bought today, I'd assume, at 152. But yeah, good trade there. As we see a nice double beat here on Oracle. Once the news comes out, we can, yeah, here we go. Yep, that's exactly what I saw as well. And so what we can also do to analyze this just a little bit further, we can use our Sidekick AI to go ahead and analyze the earnings. I'm actually going to do something kind of fun. So I'm giving it a prompt to go ahead and analyze the earnings. And then I'm also telling it at the end to go ahead and take a look at the TradePulse indicators, because basically what it's going to do, it should take a screenshot of the chart I have open here. Yep, there we go. It's downloading the chart. It's going to look at the indicators down there, and let's see what it says. It doesn't know. I don't think it has too much context other than the image that it just took, but it's kind of fun to see. If you guys do have your own custom indicators on TrendSpider, you can use Sidekick to actually, analyze your own chart. So let's see what it actually has to say here. You can drag it over here. And if you guys didn't know, Sidekick is TrendSpider's AI. It does have the ability to read your charts. It does have the ability to see news data, earnings data, all that good stuff. So let's see what it says. Yeah, it's saying don't have it exactly in the system yet, but it has it from the news, which is perfect. Yeah, again, 1.79 beat versus 1.55. Looks like it's about a 15% surprise. That is what it came in at. And that was the estimated. So big beat overall. And then same with revenue here. You see this green bar here is the beat compared to its estimate over there on the right. Recent news. Let's see. Dismissed AI data center delay claims, apparently. Oracle and OpenAI ended plans to expand their Texas data center, though existing deal continues with them. Yeah, and they also did pretty recently on March 5th, like 5 days ago, they announced some job cuts amid, AI spending taking up a lot of their cash. And of course, the reason why it's been down so much is AI is such a double-edged sword. They're spending so much money. People think it's great on one hand, but they're spending so much money they don't know if it's profitable yet. And they're just spending billions of dollars building it out. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. Let's just see what it says. Or go ahead, Jim, if you have a take on that.
I know. I totally agree with what you were saying there. Because I know they've made a ton of investments into their AI space over the recent months. So, like you said, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be as profitable as people expect. And and right now it seems to be bouncing pretty well. But I know when you have that much debt, the revenues need to be pretty strong to make up for that. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think we were on last time. I think we had AMD as the earnings call that day, and I think we got a double beat that day. And it, like you said, nothing's 100%, even if you do get that. And it reacted pretty negatively, if I remember correctly. It was.
Yeah, I believe it did. I believe it had a gap down on pretty good beat, which is crazy. But luckily here for Oracle, I guess they're just down so bad that on those numbers being released that they went up. But it was good. It was good numbers. I don't know if they provided any forward guidance yet. Yeah, they did. They see, wow, sales at 90 billion for 2027 versus the $86 billion estimate. So very nice forward guidance. And that's for 2027. And 2026 affirms sales guidance of 67 billion. Also some EPS guidance right here. Increased as well. They're seeing it about like 1.98 versus 1.95. That's for Q4 for next quarter. And sales pretty much in line for next quarter. So pretty good forward guidance also. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Some people got filled. Nice. We'll check out AVAV as well in just a second here. Wow, 8% still going here on Oracle. This is a live session to teach us, sell us a tool. Cliff Bates, I don't know where you've been, but we've been talking about Oracle this entire time. Let's see. And I'm just curious what it says. Sidekick says hold. Oracle beat on both lines and shows legitimate AI demand traction. However, the massive capital intensity, negative free cash flow, rising debt burden, and operational challenges, job cuts, and all that create a lot of execution risk, which is fair. But it's saying, Oracle's saying, it's still a hold, which, you got to take what AI says with a grain of salt as always, but it's cool to see what it has to say. It is saying until Oracle proves sustainable free cash flow generation and delivers on all this AI build out, caution is warranted. But, by the time they do that, the stock price is already going to go on higher. So, but it is true. It is true. And let's take a look at AVAV. Let's take a look here. Wow. Down 10%, completely opposite move here on AVAV. Let's see the numbers. EPS missed and sales missed. Yeah, so double miss. Wow, earnings are actually making sense today for once. We got a double miss and the stock goes down, and a double B and the stock goes up. I don't know what's going on. Market is making too much sense today. Let's see the forward guidance. Lowers adjusted EPS. Wow, this is terrible. They lowered EPS guidance as well, and sales guidance. I mean, they didn't do literally no good news coming out of this company, AeroVironment. I don't even know. I don't really follow this name at all. But it seems like people are pretty aligned that here on the indicators on a lower panel that everybody just seems to want to sell this, which so far has probably been a smart idea based on the earnings they just announced. Wow.
Look at that
10%.
candle.
Yeah. It's a 5-minute candle. I mean, that's, 10% gone. How many dollars per share is that? It's $24 a share gone in just minutes. Absolutely insane. Let's see. Groupon, I think they reported this morning. No, Groupon should be reporting soon as well. Looks like they are dropping as we speak. Where are you getting these numbers from? Somebody asked. From the Benzinga news desk, which, I mean, should get them from the investor relations page, honestly. If you're not seeing them there, then I don't know. Maybe you should grab TrendSpider. No, I was kidding. But for real, though. Yeah, I don't know. The numbers should be on their investor relations page. That's usually where they post first. You just got to dig through the report a little bit. Yeah, TrendSpider is where I got them from, basically. Groupon, don't see them yet. And KSS did report this morning, right? Yeah, KSS reported this morning. Here's what actually this company did. Benzinga News Desk, adjusted EPS beat and sales beat. So a double beat on calls by quite a bit. EPS beat by like 22 cents. Nice. And is that about inline forward guidance? No, pretty much raised forward guidance there on calls. So that looks good. People are saying they haven't seen these numbers. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have seen in the past where some numbers are reported and they end up being corrected, but I haven't looked on their investor relations page yet personally, but I've seen from a couple sources, honestly, that the EPS came in at 1.79, beating a 1.71 estimate is what I am seeing. Not sure where you guys are getting 1.55. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see here. They're in our reports tab. Yeah, I mean, they're already in here. Looks like 79 is definitely the number. They're actually already in our reports tab here. Yeah. Yeah, that's the
And
number.
Are you broadcasting the Oracle call?
I haven't been doing that lately. We usually, I used to do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It's just sometimes I'll just drop the link for it now because there has been a couple of like weird copyright claims on our YouTube doing that. So been a little bit more skeptical there about doing it. But for like the big companies, sometimes I will. But let me look up what time that call will actually be.
I think I saw 5 Eastern.
Yeah, it sounds about right. It's usually, which is in about 42 minutes. So if you guys have any questions, for Jim about TradePulse or about TrendSpider, let us know now down in the chat below. We can go ahead and answer them. Obviously, we already covered how Oracle moved. So you guys have questions regarding, Oracle's reports or any other stock. We have some other stocks that have earnings coming up. I think Micron next week, which should be really fun too. Let's see. I'm actually looking at their earnings page right now, and I think people are right. I'm not really. Oh, here's SEC filings, March 10th. Yeah, I mean, I see the filing right here. Use the PDF. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop the link to the SEC filings down below for Oracle if you guys wanted to take a look. But yeah, let us know what you guys are watching out there in the chat. I believe that's Brad out there. I don't even know what emoji that is, but what's going on, Brad? Let's see. Target is 190. We can take a look at analyst price targets for sure. There's a couple ways to do it here on the platform. We can go to, for one, what's happening now, or we just have this indicator that plots the average price targets for Oracle. It looks like the absolute lowest price target is exactly where the stock is trading now, right around about 160 on the low end. Average is around 272 or so, and then on the high end we have a highest price target of $400, which is how much percent? It's over, yeah, 140, basically 150%. So that is the analyst targets on Oracle. Also just built out, whoops, this I think I just did something there. Built out this live dashboard here on TrendSpider. You can add Oracle right here if we wanted to. We have this new kind of cool indicator as well that we made. Jim, I don't know if you saw it, we released it, but it's like the sector rotation indicator, which is kind of fun to play around with. Looks interesting at first, but it is actually pretty useful. In the green box here, it shows all the leading sectors. So as you can see, energy, of course, is the green dot right there in the leading sector, along with real estate, which is kind of interesting. And that's really it. It looks like consumer staples has gone to weakening. It was leading. Same with, wow, semiconductors back in weakening. It's been going back and forth between weakening and leading. XLB, which is materials, was leading, but now is in weakening on the monthly. And what's lagging? We got financials lagging along with healthcare now. Wow, healthcare was leading as well. So pretty good way to track sector rotation right there. Also have the stock market map. It's like silver has been absolutely killing it. Silver and gold have been actually doing pretty well as of late, like the last couple of weeks or so. What else do we got here? Tech too. So over the last 7 days, we got silver leading along with XLK, which is tech. Let's see. Somebody said target base on earnings for tomorrow when the market open. As last time it pumped 41%. Did it pump 41% on earnings last time? I don't know about that. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Oracle. Let me see how much that pumped in this week. I mean, yeah, is that like maybe 10% last earnings? This is the weekly chart, but then it came right back down after. So, oh no, it was actually down really good on earnings. It was this week. It's down like 14% last earnings week. So, nice change of pace here for Oracle. Can take a look at anything else that you guys want to take a look at. Let's take a look at, I don't know, silver, since it was up so much. Starting to put in a nice little base here. I'm curious, actually, can we see, is there volume for SLV here on the TradePulse indicators? I guess not. Does it not work on ETFs? Oh, no, there's some on GLD.
Yeah, we track over 2,000 between stocks and ETFs. So all the major ETFs would be included there.
Nice, nice. Looks like some retail buying is coming here on gold on GLD over the last couple of weeks or so. Interesting though. Looks like a lot of institutional selling, specifically on the ETF itself. Maybe institutions are more so trading the futures or something. That could be why. Maybe using GLD as a hedge, but or they've just been shorting it and getting creamed on it. Who knows? But yeah, gold had a pretty good day. Had a little gap up. Cool look there. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, been pretty choppy. It's been consolidating here at the metals ever since that massive dip there back in, about a month and a half ago. So I don't know. Would be fun to see another leg up in gold. Mostly I do have a little bit of GLD I'm holding right now, so yeah, I'm rooting for it. But what else we got? We actually did just recently get an S&P 500 rebalancing as well. I believe Micron and Applied Materials AMAT were recently added into actually the S&P 100. So, memory stocks have come up quite a bit since there. You been trading any of the memory names like Micron or anything, Jim?
Yeah, Micron, definitely a little bit in.
Yeah.
Man, you can really see some strong institutional buying over the past
Yeah.
9 months or so.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Quite a while. I mean, on the daily here, it goes back. I mean, they've only been buying from what it seems like. How well does this indicator work on the daily chart? Would you say it's mostly better on the lower time frames, or
What do you mean?
like I'm on the daily chart right here, but if you
Mhm.
flick over to the 15-minute, I feel like the data might be a little bit different. I guess
Yeah,
it's just taking all the data and putting it into
it's
one bar.
exactly. So I mean, it's really how you want to view it. If you wanted to see it minute by minute, you could choose that. Obviously, if you want to see over 10 minutes, it's gonna kind of aggregate it together
Yeah, yeah,
a little bit more to give you more of a longer trend
yeah,
idea.
yeah. Makes
Um,
sense.
mm,
That's good though. So a lot of accumulation there on MU, and GRI Trader says got in late and he's curious about a small overview of the TradePulse indicators. If you
mhm.
want to just give
Yeah,
another this brief explanation there.
yeah, for sure. So what you're looking at are the trade pulse indicators. You can find them on the store. So for trade pulse, we're an order flow analytics company. So we're providing all this data minute by minute in real time. We separate our data into different indicators that you see. So the ones that we have pulled up here at the moment, you'll see the top one where you can see all the green bars there. That's the large deal indicator that we provide. So this is tracking really all the big money that's been coming in for, in this case, we have Micron pulled up. So when we say big money, we mean really any orders $100,000 or more. So, your institutional buying, mutual funds, hedge funds alike. That's really what we're tracking there. And then towards the bottom, you'll see where the red shade bars are.
Yeah,
That's our momentum flow indicator. So this is tracking the intraday sentiment more so on the retail side. So really, what we're aiming to do here is give you a full sense of what the order flow is doing across the market. So you know what the big players are doing, you know what the overall market on the retail side is doing. I would say, for our indicators, typically, I think they're the most useful when you see them kind of flow together.
mm,
If you see the institutional buying, you see the momentum flow positive as well. You're getting a full market sense of where the order flow actually is, and we're trying to paint the whole picture in real time, trying to give you really an insight on how a stock may perform intraday based on that order flow. Because if there's more buyers than sellers, that's typically going to lend to a bullish trend in the price, and that's really the real time edge that we're aiming to provide by giving that in real time.
yeah.
So yeah, check them out. They're on the TrendSpider store.
Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely be sure. I dropped the link in the chat below as well. I'm actually just messing around. I haven't really done this before, but um, taking a look at the scan right here, you said someone said Oracle's going crazy. Hold on, let's take a look again here, see if we're missing anything. Yeah, Oracle. Yeah, yeah. We saw the pop. Again, if you guys are just joining in, Oracle did have a double beat. They're up 8% now. And yeah, I was saying, Jim, you're saying it's best used when they're both, flashing green or vice versa, flashing red. So I'm curious if we can actually make a scanner here. I know we probably can. on the daily, combining the momentum and large deal. Maybe they're both greater than just 0 on the daily. So I believe that should be equal green bars for both. So we'll see if anything pops up here on the scan. And actually, we'll do this happen within, I don't know, 10 candles. And then we'll go searching. Let's just search in the S&P 500 for now. Theoretically, I think this scan should show results for stocks that have both green and green. Yeah, it might not work. This is a pretty in-depth indicator. It seems like it's saying it's too slow for scanning. So maybe it's just too much data for the scanner to go ahead and grab. Potentially. Let's go back. Just happened within, or just happened. Let's see if it says that for just the S&P. And I know it wasn't really designed for the scanner either, but something to keep in mind, Jim, if you guys wanted to, I don't know if you guys have like a dedicated developer team, but if there's like a specific setup that you guys like, watch for, like green bars, for both momentum and large deal over the last like 10 candles, we should be able to build that functionality into our scanner and find stocks that have matching green bars. I wonder if you can just find some kind of naturally here. Microsoft.
It's funny you say that, because we do on our site, we have our own, and this is something we should actually maybe talk about later on, but we do have a top flows, what we call our top flows section, which really kind of combines the retail and institution side together, so you can see which ones have had the strongest buying power. I would say through TrendSpider, if you're able to pull up both the large deal and the momentum, that's really kind of what we're talking about there.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
That's, again, we're trying to give you the full sense of where the order flow is coming from, because, and on our site, again, we'll sum them up and you can see that there. But here on TrendSpider, I would say if you use those two that we had pulled up in conjunction with each other, I think that's really what we're getting at there.
Yeah, no, makes sense. That's cool. That's actually kind of fun. You guys have that same functionality. Makes a lot of sense. So yeah, if you guys are curious about that, you can definitely, look into TradePulse on their own website. That's pretty cool. So yeah, very cool stuff. Let's see. Any other questions out there, you guys? If you guys are just joining in, let us know if you guys have any questions about the market, TradePulse, TrendSpider, anything. I was here kind of hanging out until we got about like 27 minutes until, Oracle comes out and does their earnings call. Wow, Groupon seems to have tanked. I don't think we saw this.
Oof.
Yeah, lower forward guidance on revenue for Q1. Lower entire 2026 revenue guidance. This is Groupon. Looks like the EPS missed and sales missed, double missed, terrible forward guidance. I mean, yeah, not super great. I actually do kind of like Groupon though, honestly. They have some pretty sick deals on there sometimes. But yeah, apparently it's not doing so well as a business model, giving people crazy discounts on stuff, doesn't it? But yeah, pretty brutal chart there. As it's, wow, look at that daily chart. It's going into, that's only 2025 lows, I guess. Yeah, but did have a nice little run there in after the April sell-off. It looks like it had a pretty nice run. Groupon. It's interesting here. How much did that go up? Never really tracked this, but wow, up 300%. Pretty wild move there on Groupon, but yeah, terrible earnings out of them as they are down 12%, and so is AVAV, also down 12% still. Yeah, earnings, all 3 for 3 earnings actually make sense. Double misses and they come down, and Oracle double B and they move up. Incredible. I think this is probably the first time we've seen all earnings line up and make sense. It's cool. Let's see
Wish it
here.
was always like that.
I
It'll
know,
be a
right?
be a little easier to follow.
I know. Let's see. We can pull up our What's Happening Now tab to see if there's anything fun going on. Insiders buying stock. We got earnings rank upgraded to buy. Some of my favorite ones, I would say, Analyst estimates is cool. I think CEO buying own stock is pretty fun. Let's take a look at that. You know, what was it? I was just talking about a CEO buying their own stock not that long ago. What was it? Let's take a look here. These are all the recent CEO purchases. Anything interesting here? Wow, kind of a lot there past a couple of weeks. Not the craziest dollar amounts. I'll go ahead and filter it for dollar amount is greater than like 1 million. So I only get like significant buys. Not sure why the script engine's not responding there. Yeah. TTD, like someone said down in the chat, CEO has been going crazy. Wow. Damn. It's like he bought like
3 days in a row.
Yeah, $150 million worth of shares in TTD. Insane. Let's take a look at that. That was back in like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of March, so just a week ago. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it was on the way up. Probably caused this nice weekly candle there as, you know, you see the stock down at the 2020 lows, essentially. So trade desk, keep an eye on that for sure. Did I say that? I guess maybe I did say. I probably did. I checked this a lot. Let's see. Tesla, you know, Elon Musk, he bought, yeah, I remember that. He bought back in September. CARR, Nike, remember that. Elliott Hill, Velo, FIS, CSX, BR. Yeah, so that's some cool stuff going on there. What else do we got here? Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, again, let us know down in the chat. Kind of just hang around watching markets until the earnings call. Let's take a look at how the SPY closed, honestly. The SPY looks like it closed red. Yeah. It's early in the morning. Futures kind of were up, came down. Pretty choppy, honestly. Closed at essentially, yeah, yesterday's close. Nice run this morning though, for anyone day trading out there. Not sure. Trying to re-add these. TradePulse, large deal momentum. I'll check out. I think small caps have been starting to fall behind a bit. Yeah, small caps trading under their 9-day EMA got rejected pretty swiftly there today. What else do we got here? Analyst estimates. Yeah, other than like the crazy oil moves and a few earnings, the market has been still just been pretty choppy. It was bearish all last week, you know, of course, with oil flying and all that stuff. But, you know, it's really gained back most of what it's lost, I feel like, at least on the SPY. We're right back up to the same kind of range there. What else we got? We can use Sidekick to go ahead and tell us the top market news over the past week. What is driving the markets? You guys can use Sidekick to do a lot of things, including, this is actually one of my favorite things to do, is just give me the top market news over the last week. And especially if you're busy, you got a job, you're not constantly glued to the market. pretty useful to just get a quick recap of everything going on. Take a look at crypto. Bitcoin seems to have sort of wants to bottom out here.
Are you pretty active in the crypto?
Not really. Not really. I mean, I hold a little bit of crypto, not a lot, but not much. What about you?
Yeah, no, haven't really. Don't know if I know enough about it, to be honest with you,
Yeah, that's fair.
to dive in.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at least you understand. I feel like a lot of the people in the crypto market probably are the same, but they're still in it, But yeah, no, it's I think the blockchain technology is very good, very real. But again, yeah, I'm also kind of in the same boat. I'm not any like blockchain expert or anything like that. I think the technology is definitely real and there. Do we need a million, meme coins? I wouldn't
Yeah.
think so, but that's why it's just hard to know. Like, it's such a new market. It's hard to know exactly, where you want to actually put your money in if you don't really have a really in-depth, understanding of everything going on. So I'd kind of agree with that as well. But I mean, it's newer market. It's come down, like nearly 50%. So I mean, I guess if you do believe in it, it's probably not the worst time to just like maybe just hold some long term. Trading it's going to be pretty difficult. They do have the ETFs now, which is easier to trade. But like just trade if you're like trading on like Coinbase or like even just like swapping, the fees can get pretty nasty for sure. But yeah, let's see. So of course, U.S.-Iran military conflict is a dominating theme in the news. Of course, I don't even know how to say it. The Strait of Hormuz, I believe is how you say it, has been closed, causing the oil spike. Of course, stagflation fears because of the surge in energy prices, but those have recently come down. But something also crazy that happened last week was the non-farm payrolls came in negative for the first time in many, many years. By the way, we did cover that in our free weekly newsletter. You guys can sign up for it using the link down below in the chat and the description. If you guys want a free market update sent to your inbox every single Sunday, you can sign up for that. Let's see. Fed policy uncertainty. Yeah, we do have an FOMC approaching. Let me double check when that is coming up. So that's going to be huge. We got CPI and I believe CPE this week, and then next week we have FOMC, the rate decision. So that will probably affect what happens next week. So definitely want to keep an eye on the inflation prints. We have CPI coming out actually tomorrow at like 5:30 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning. Yeah, Eastern time. And then PCE on Friday at 8:30 in the morning. So those will be pretty big to watch out for this week. Probably the biggest things this week, really. What else do we got? Yeah. Sector rotation, XLE spiking, but recently come down. Yeah, defense stocks like LMT and RTX were doing really good. And it's saying tech holding up despite the volatility with NVIDIA and semiconductor sectors showing resilience. Take a look at first LMT on the daily. Yeah, has been doing good. Came down today, though. I think the war kind of stocks are settling down. RTX hanging there pretty well. Let's see how NVIDIA is doing here. Yeah, still sitting in this range. Earnings could not get out of its range here, so we're still waiting. But it is resilient. Sidekick is right. With Micron being added to the S&P 100, that is really good news for them. They're up, like over 10% on that, which is good for the overall market sentiment, or at least the memory stocks. Airlines and travel are crushed. Let's take a look at DAL here. Yeah, they have come down.
Yeah, I can imagine a lot of factors there, obviously.
Yeah.
With the war and as long as if energy prices, they came down a little bit, but
yeah,
if they're going to be high, that's going to impact the costs there.
Absolutely. Cost to fuel, cost to get places in. Yeah, no, absolutely. So that does make a lot of sense for sure. Let's see what psychics. Yeah, fuel cost fears exactly. So yeah, that was a good, nice little recap there. White House is considering, looks like some sort of SPR release and other measures to stabilize the energy markets. It seems like oil has kind of already stable. I wouldn't say stabilized, but it's come down at least. So hopefully, I don't know. It's still up pretty good from like a couple weeks. Still, it's still up like 29%. Should be interesting to see what happens to gas prices. Probably not very good things.
GRL trader mentioning TSA not working. Forgot about that too.
Oh, really? Lines at airports suck right now. What, TSA is they're just not working right now? Like they're
must be some cuts.
Damn.
I'm actually flying on Thursday, so
are you?
Appreciate the heads up.
Yeah. I'm gonna get like pre-check-in or something.
I don't have TSA pre-check, unfortunately.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't fly nearly as much, but seems like, I don't know. Yeah, I just go through the pain of TSA every time. So you going through like a busy airport?
I'll be flying out of Philly.
Okay.
We have a pretty bad reputation for our airport.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad, but I'll begin up a little earlier than usual.
Yeah. I've never been to Philly, but I can imagine. Bigger city. I know the Chicago airport was pretty insane. TSA there was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
It was never fun flying out of there. Is a GRL trader. Partial government shutdown, I guess, affecting TSA either 3 hours early and no pre-check no pre-check at all during this time. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, good heads up for sure. For anyone flying. Yeah.
Might have just saved me with my flight.
Honestly. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great call out.
Yeah. So, I mean, the airline industry as a whole kind of in flux, I think, as long as this conflict lasts.
Yeah. No, for sure. You haven't flown since I moved back from Chicago, really. Let's see. Can pull up some, I guess maybe some insider trades here over certain amounts, go over 1 million. See if there's any good insider trades leaking lately. MGM, oh, that's an insider sell. Insider sells, I don't really care too much. Let's go to buys. PRCT, AVG. AVG has been, oh yeah, some of the CEO buys has been pretty crazy. TSLX, FIS, Velo, Trade Desk. Yeah, kind of similar names here. SoFi, Noto, Anthony Noto bought SoFi on March 2nd. What do you think of SoFi, Jim? Do you have any of that?
Not really.
No.
Yeah, not too much in the SoFi.
That's fair.
How's it been doing?
Not great. But Anthony Noto seems to so far have bought the bottom now. They're on March 2nd, caused a little spike there, and he bought. I do have a little bit of SoFi. I've held this thing through some crazy price action. He bought just over $1 million of SoFi in first week of March at this last week. So that's interesting as it tests the 2025 high right there. Somebody said crypto face called SoFi weeks ago. Who's crypto face? Is that what's his name? Tom Lee or whatever? Or maybe, I don't know. Crypto face. I haven't heard that one. That's interesting. Warren Buffett. This Warren Buffett buys one. Won't see this one for very much longer. I think he's retiring pretty soon. So, but yeah, last buys he got, yeah, still back in February. Actually, not that long ago. He got some CB, some Domino's. Remember Domino's? New York Times is kind of funny. Oh yeah, he bought Energy CVX on February 17th. Wow. And he actually bought it after this. He bought it like here at this relative, pretty much all-time high. So that's interesting. And some Berkshire buys. Pretty cool. Yeah, you guys, we got about probably, like 5-10 minutes before we go ahead and call this live. If you guys have any other questions about TradePulse indicators or about the TrendSpider platform, do let us know down in the chat. Would be happy to answer them. We do have Oracle's earnings call starting here pretty soon. Probably won't stream it, but I can definitely get you guys the link. I can go and drop it right there. If you guys haven't already, you guys make sure you subscribe and like this video. We do go live quite a bit. So I'd love to see you guys back out there in the chat. If you guys are still sticking around, I appreciate it. But yeah, let us know any questions. We will stick around here to answer them if you guys have them for now. Let's see what else. Let's go ahead and pull up my live dashboard again over here. What is the, yeah, XLE is actually pretty much in last place over the last 7 days at this point, now down 3%. But over the last 30 days, doing good. Utilities also doing good over the last 30 days. So utilities has actually been doing really pretty solid. Let's pull it up on this little chart right here. Yeah. Pretty decent movement there. Pretty much at all-time highs, basing up. Financials have been getting kind of rocked lately. Yeah, financials. Definitely, probably, yeah, in the lagging section over there.
Yeah, I really like that new sector indicator you have.
It's nice, yeah. It is. It's free to import. Let me find the link for it for anyone else that maybe want to take a look. Yeah, it's a cool indicator. It tracks, you can go by week or by month. Let's see if I have it here. And this one, I believe, is on the month. So all this big dot is where it's currently at. And then all the previous small dots show where it came from. So, like the stock market map is great for seeing, where stuff is currently at percentage wise. But this actually takes it a few periods back, so you can see like what was recently lagging and now is like leading and so forth. For example, like energy there. Here's sector rotation charts. We call it sector rotation chart. I dropped the link down below in the chat for anyone else curious. But yeah, let's see. Have our news feed here for all of these stocks reported earnings. Take one quick look at them before we head out as well on our 5-minute charts here. Yeah, so far, Oracle's the big winner, up 8%. AVAV down 8%, and then Groupon down 13%. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got a few double beats today. So,
yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it, especially Oracle. Oracle is anything going up like
down.
Oracle. Yeah, it's good for the market sentiment as a whole. So,
sure.
Cool. Well, is there any, or go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say I can let you go here, and we got the call here in 5 minutes.
Yeah, no
But
worries. Yeah. Any
yeah,
final words, Jim?
that sounds very ominous when you put it like that.
Yeah, I always just kind of like to do that. It's like any final words about the
Yeah.
market, but no worries if not.
No. Always great being with you, Mike. Always
Yeah,
love being with your audience. It's a great crew, and love the interactive nature of it. It's awesome.
yeah,
But yeah, anybody want to learn more about our indicators, feel free to check us out on our site. We're at TradePulse.net. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me. Be happy to answer anything. But we're available on the TrendSpider store. We have 3 indicators published there. Feel free to check them out if you're, a short-term active trader looking to get an edge intraday. I think the indicators can be really useful for you by being able to see where the order flow is in real time. So yeah, they're available on the store. Feel free to check them out. You can see them there. Mike has them pulled up.
yep,
But hopefully we can do this again soon.
yeah,
It's always great to join you. So,
yeah. No,
but
absolutely.
yeah,
I
just want
would
to
love
thank
to have
you.
you
And
again.
yeah, no, I would love to. It's awesome being able to hang out. And we got a little better news. First time I came on with you, it was a lot of negativity. I think the whole market was down.
Yeah,
AMD had a double beat, still went down. So it was nice to see a little positivity. I know we had a couple Oracle people here. So,
yeah,
um, but yeah, for sure. We'll be in touch. Really enjoyed joining you. Thanks to everybody in the chat for joining. And hopefully we'll meet up here again soon.
yep, absolutely. It's so great having you on, Jim. Everybody out there, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Sounds good. See you, Mike.
See ya.